Hello everyone, welcome to your yoga video. This video is going to be floor based. You can modify everything to be in the chair, but there is a chair yoga video for your reference as well. Thanks so much for watching. Let's get started. So the foundations of yoga, we'll talk about those just for a second here. So there are several foundations and we're only going to talk about breathing, stretching, and the body work today. However, we'll go through the rest, but talk about them more as foundations of exercise or foundations of life. So in this video, when we move, we breathe. When we breathe, we move. What this is called is yoga flow. And you'll see what I mean when we get started here. But basically, it's very simple. You should be moving and breathing the whole time. We will hold stretches for several seconds here. However, you should be breathing through them. And remember, we're going to go to the pain, not through it, okay? So for instance, say for example, when I lift my hand above my shoulder, so above 90 degrees, I start to feel pain. If that's the case, I'm only going to lift it to 80 degrees so that I don't go through that pain. So nothing should be painful here, and we just want to give our body a really great stretch and a great yoga routine. Okay, so first let's start off, and I just want you to bring your hands to your knees and open up those palms and invite the Lord or the Holy Spirit or the universe or peace or goodness or whatever you want into those hands. Imagine you're holding the light, you're holding the way, and bring that light into your body. Imagine that by you holding it, you can bring it in, breathe it in, and allow yourself to fill up with this beautiful light. Let's spend just a moment here feeling peaceful, feeling calm, clearing our mind, and just relaxing. Good, and gently bring those hands together. Let's take a couple of deep breaths here. Take those hands out to the sides, coming all the way up. Palms come together and exhale down to heart center. Inhale, reaching those hands wide, coming all the way up. And exhale on our way down. Let's do a couple more times here. Good, and this time let's pause in our upward position and drop one shoulder down, big stretch to our ribs here. Good, and relax, switch sides. Good, and relax, and let's reach those hands forward. Go ahead and place them right down on the floor. Let your head sink down. Good, and relax, and let's switch legs, whatever leg's in front, and reach forward again. Now, side note, if stretching is really difficult for you, that's okay. I don't want you to feel bad about that or like you can't participate. We're going to go at your own pace, okay? This is totally up to you. So if you can only lean this far, that's totally fine. You do what you can do, go at your own pace, okay? And I don't want you to say, oh, I've got a bad back or a bad knee. Your knee isn't bad. Your back isn't bad. Just because it causes you pain doesn't mean it's bad. So let's not use that terminology. We're just going to work around it. We're going to do what we can do, and we'll make the best of it. So just stretch nice and gentle here. And relax. Come on back up. And let's do a little twist, turning to the side. And relax, and let's turn to the other side. And relax. And let's drop one ear to our shoulder, feeling that stretch in our neck. If it feels right, you can drop that chin down around in front. Good. And gently switch sides. Drop the other ear to our other shoulder. Roll that chin around in front. Good. And relax. Let's take those legs out in front of us. Take a deep breath in, reach our hands up, and exhale, push all the way down to those feet. If you can only go to the knees, perfectly fine. If you can fold all the way over, go ahead and do that. Go at your own pace today. Good, reach those hands up, and exhale, push all the way through. Reach those hands up, and exhale, push all the way through. Nice and gentle here. Let's do a couple more times. Good, and this time just holding at our feet. Good, and relax your head. Good, and slowly come up. Very good. Let's reach one hand way up and over. Stretch those ribs. And relax and switch sides. And relax. Keep our fingers forward. Slide those hands back and lift up our chin. Take a deep breath in, feeling that stretch across the front sides of your shoulders, your chest. Good, and relax. Let's bring both hands to one side. Crawl around into those all fours pose. Let's keep our fingers wide, the soles or the tops of our feet on our mat. Let's drop our belly down. Inhale, lift up our chin, and exhale, push your spine up toward the sky. Inhale, drop that belly down and lift up your chin, and exhale, push our spine up and drop our chin down. Good. These are our cat-cows here. This is our first flow of the day. Go ahead and move when you breathe. Breathe when you move. Nice and gentle here. Our spine should be bending a little bit more with every breath. Give yourself plenty of time. Good, and come back to neutral here. Let's kick our right leg out, bring it to the left side of our mat, and turn over our left hand to gaze at those toes. Good, and relax. Let's bring that foot up and down to our mat, and we'll kick our left leg out. Bring it to the right side of our mat and turn to gaze over our right shoulder at those toes. Good, and relax. All right, let's go ahead and we're gonna kick our left leg up and bring that knee to our elbow. Left leg up, knee to elbow. Feel free, if that's real painful, just bring it back down to the mat. Kick it up and back down, or kick it up, bring it all the way to that elbow, really squeezing in the core. Good, and relax. Let's go ahead and switch legs. Same thing with that right leg. Either bring it up and back down to our mat, simply kick up and come back down to all fours, or kick up And bring that knee all the way to the elbow, really tightening up our core here. Good, 2 more. And relax, good. Go ahead and we'll shift those hips to the side and sort of roll around. Really feel that stretch in our glute, our abductors, that IT band feels so good here. Give yourself plenty of time. When you're ready, switch sides. Good. And if those knees are starting to ache, feel free to add a pillow. Good. Make sure you get both sides here. Work those hips. Stretch out those muscles. Good. And let's take our knees nice and wide. Sink our hips back. Drop our belly down and relax. Using those hands as an anchor. Dropping your forehead right down onto your mat. Go ahead and spread out those fingers and gently pull back. Good, and slowly rolling up. Let's go ahead, we'll bend our right elbow, looking over our left shoulder, feeling that stretch. Good, through our shoulders here. And relax, bending our left elbow, looking over our right shoulder. Good, and relax. Now, a couple of options here. We can either curl those toes and stand right up into our forward fold, or curl those toes, lift up the hips and knees into our downward facing dog. Feel free to walk out your dog here, gently bending one knee and then the other, feeling that stretch really in those calves. Allow those heels to be pulled down into your mat. Feeling that stretch the whole back sides of our legs. Good. If you need to step up, go ahead and do so. Good. And gently taking a big step up, coming into our forward fold pose. From here, both knees should be bent, allowing our upper body to just fold over that lower body. Good, allowing gravity to do the work here. If you want to grab your elbows, sort of like you're crossing your arms, and gently shake your head, saying no, side to side. In yoga, we say no to pain and fear, no to anxiety, no to being closed off, being negative. And gently nod your head yes, saying yes to listening to our bodies, feeling what we need to do and giving into that feeling, saying yes to feeding your soul, being positive and being the light. Then gently bend those knees, sink your hips down, release those hands, and slowly tip up. Very good. Let yourselves orient, kind of get used to this upward position. We'll start with a couple of shoulder rolls. Good, and let's bend those knees, reach our hands all the way up. Palms come together and sink our hips back. Notice my knees are right over my ankles and my hips are back as if I'm sitting into a chair. Inhale on our way up. Exhale, sink back into that chair pose. Now, we can have a tall chair, like a bar stool with a little squat, or we can have a short chair, like a bean bag, where we go all the way down. You choose how hard you want to work today. Good. Inhaling on our way up and exhaling on our way down. And let's pause in our downward position. Wiggle those toes. And lift up onto those toes. Lift up our heels. This one's kind of tricky to balance. And relax, coming right back down to that forward fold. Go ahead and bend one knee just a little bit more than the other, kind of rocking out those hips. Good, feeling a great stretch in there. Good, and relax, bending those knees, reaching our hands all the way up. Palms come together and down to heart center. Let's open up that left leg to the side so that we have L-shaped feet, and open up our hands, our right hand over right foot, left hand over left foot. Here's going to be another flow here. So we're going to inhale, flow forward, bend that front knee just a little bit. Exhale, come back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, come back. Nice and gentle here. Good, so option one, nice and tall here. Option two, if you're looking to kick it up a notch, go ahead and sink a little lower. Good. Really working our quads and our glutes here. Good, we have a nice tight core, tall through our trunk. Good, let's pause in our downward position. Wrap our left arm behind us, reach straight up with the right, gaze up at those fingertips. And exhale, bringing our right elbow down, bringing our left hand straight up high, extended angle here. Good, those glutes and our quads are engaged. And relaxing right back to that warrior two. Go ahead and straighten that front leg so that it's just slightly bent and tip down. Very good. Coming into that pyramid pose. If you've got a block, feel free to put it right here, or you can lower that hand down, whatever feels best for you. And bending that front knee, coming back to our warrior two, holding here for 2 breaths. Good, and big step up, back to our mountain pose. I'm gonna switch sides here, but you don't have to. Inhale, take a deep breath in, reach those hands all the way up, palms come down, opening up with our right leg this time. So our right leg is bent, back leg is straight, L-shaped feet, right hand over right foot, left hand over left foot. Let's inhale forward, exhale back. Again, you can be high, higher will be nice and easy, or bring those hips lower. Good, and this is gonna be kicking it up a notch here. Good, and pausing in our downward position, wrapping our right arm behind us, reaching straight up with the left, reverse warrior, gaze up at those fingers. And exhale that left elbow to the knee, reaching straight up with our right hand. This is our side angle pose. Good, and take those hands back to our warrior two. 2 breaths here. That quad is engaged. And go ahead and gently straighten out that front leg, but don't lock it, and tip right down. Very good. Feeling strong here. This one's a little bit of a balance pose. Good, and bending our front leg, tipping back up, and big step up. Very good. Let's go ahead, we'll take our feet 2 or 3 times as wide as our hips and point those feet out to 45-degree angles. Let's inhale, reach those hands all the way up, and exhale, sweep down to the floor. Inhale up, exhale down. Beautiful sunflower poses here. Nice flowing motion. Again, yours can be real gentle, real easy, or it can be real difficult, okay? Really get those hips down there. You choose how hard you want to work today. Good, and you don't have to move your head if you feel dizzy when your head goes down. Keep that head up high. Very good. Good, last one. And relax. And let's take one elbow down, reach straight up. And gently switch. Good, and relax. Go ahead and stand up. Turn those feet so that they're parallel with each other. Find those hip bones and sink right down into our standing straddle stretch. We can feel that stretch on the insides of our legs. Remembering that our knees should always have a slight bend on them, no matter what. Gently bending those knees, tipping upright. Very good. And let's heel toe together. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead. We'll take a slight step back with our left foot. Shift those hips forward so that we can feel that stretch in our hip flexor here and our quad, right through here, the front side of that hip. Let's go ahead, lift that chin just a little bit. Open up those palms. Take a couple of deep breaths. Good. This is our warrior one pose. Both legs are engaged. Nice tight core. Good. Very good. And find those hip bones. Shift the hips back. And bend right down over that front leg. Hands can stay on our mat or on our leg, feeling that stretch through the back side of this leg here. Very good. Gentle stretch in our triangle pose. Gently bending that front leg a little more, slowly walking our hand up that leg. Let's go ahead, we're gonna do transition from a warrior one right here into a warrior three, okay? So this is a little bit modified. So here we're gonna inhale with our hands in front of us. Exhale, come onto our back toe. Good, nice and gentle here. If you're looking to pick it up a notch, we're going to come from our warrior one and balance on that foot. Good. So inhale from our warrior one to our warrior three. Good. Nice and easy here. Working on our balance, on our flexibility here just a little bit. Good. Remember, we can keep that toe down if that's easier. Just come on to that toe. Good. Wherever you are, make sure you're comfortable in your movements here. Last one. And come right back to that mountain pose. Very good. Let's go ahead. We'll take the right foot back, shift those hips forward so that we feel that stretch the front side of our hip here. Open up those palms and take a couple of deep breaths here in our mountain one pose. Really feeling that stretch through our hips. Good. Nice tight core. Shoulder blades are tucked into our pockets here. Good, and a couple of options here. We can stick from our warrior one and exhale to our warrior three. Inhale warrior one, exhale three, or inhale warrior one, exhale warrior three. Wherever we're at here, challenging ourselves a little bit, but not too much. Staying within our comfort zone. Good. Remember, you can stay nice and low. You'll notice where you're getting the most sore is in your stationary leg here, in this glute. Good. Let's do two more. And relax. Coming right back to that mountain pose. Let's find our feet right underneath of our shoulders here. Feel balance both front to back and side to side. Let's open up those palms. Find a focal point, something to stare at, preferably something up high. It can be any spot, but it helps us to balance when we have something to focus on. So go ahead and find that focal point. Open up your hands. When you're ready, shift your weight onto one leg. Lift up the knee in front. Go open to the side and down to the belly of that calf muscle. Good. Feeling strong here, feeling centered and rooted right through our stationary leg. Working on that balance. Now, a couple of modifications. Feel free to just try that kickstand pose here, leaving our toe down like that. Or if you're feeling really good, really flexible, go ahead and lift up that leg as long as we avoid the knee, okay? So don't put your foot on your knee. Very good. Just balancing. If you get cramps when you do this, I recommend pickle juice. I have a client who swears by mustard. And of course, make sure you're getting enough water. Good, relax and just stretch out those toes. Feel that stretch through the ankles. Very good. Feels so good. We don't stretch our feet very often, but there's a lot of little muscles and bones in there, and so we really should. Go ahead and find neutral again. Find that focal point. Open up those palms. Shift onto the one side. Let's go ahead and bring your knee up in front. Open to the side, either to our kickstand position, to the belly of our calf muscle, or all the way up, as long as we avoid the knee. Good, just holding here, feeling strong, feeling steady. Very good. Nice and strong. The key to balance, okay, keep balancing there. Sometimes we don't lean our body over far enough, okay? So we try to balance like this. Right? And it doesn't work. We have to lean our body over our foundation point and stay nice and strong. Engage that core just like that. Make sense? Okay. I know it's easier said than done. Go ahead and stretch out those toes once again. Good, and relax. All right, let's make our way back down to our mat, whatever way is easiest for you to get down. We're gonna come into our all fours pose here. Good, nice wide fingers. And let's go ahead and we'll shift those hips to the side, sort of roll them around. Good, feels so good. Stretch out that IT band, those glutes, even our hamstrings. Good, all right. Let's go ahead and drop our belly down. Inhale, lift up through the chin into our cow pose. And exhale, roll our spine up into our cat a couple of times here. Good. And let's come back to neutral. Kick those feet to the side and come right around into our seated pose, staff pose. So my sit bones are grounded into the mat. Nice tall posture here. And let's go ahead and we're gonna bring our right ankle over our left knee. Couple of options here. We can either lean forward, okay? Bend our straight leg or cradle the baby, depending on your flexibility here. You do what's best for you. If it feels good to rock a little to the right, a little to the left, go ahead and do so. Okay, and just hold in here. If you want to lean forward, that's fine too. Good. Keep holding. 2 more breaths. Good, and relax. Go ahead and switch those legs. Take our other leg up. Either lean forward or bend our straight leg or cradle the baby, whatever is best for us. Feel free to either lean off of that hip or onto it. Or if you're down here, you can just lean forward as well. Whatever works best for you. Try to stay tall through the crown of your head. Imagine there's a string pulling you upward. Good, just relax here. 2 long breaths. And relax. Let's take those legs a little bit wide and we're just gonna reach down to one leg. Relax your head, feeling that stretch in the back side of that leg. Go ahead and lift your toe up toward you, point it up toward the sky. You can really feel that, activate that calf muscle. Good, and tip it down toward the floor. Feel that stretch through the front side of that shin here. Good, just relax. Slowly walk those hands up. And let's switch to that other leg, relaxing over that leg, feeling the stretch, the whole underside. Gently lifting up our toes, feeling it even more through the calf. Good, and pointing that toe down, feeling it more in the shin here. And relax, very good. Let's go ahead and we'll come into our seated pose here. Take a couple of shoulder rolls, opening up those shoulders. Good, and reaching one hand way up and over. Big stretch to our ribs. And relax, gently switching sides. And relax, coming into a twist. Good, and switch. And gently dropping one ear to our shoulder. If it feels right, you can sort of roll that chin down in front. Good, and switch sides, drop the other ear to our shoulder and roll that chin down in front. Good, and relax. Very good. All right, let's situate our hips in the center of our back. Keep those abdominals engaged as we sit back. Go ahead and just hold right here, keeping those knees and feet together, holding 4 long breaths. Good, and gently leaning up, taking those knees wide, bringing the soles of our feet together, and gently leaning forward here, maintaining good posture, but feeling that stretch on the insides of those legs, just holding. And slowly relax. Let's bring our legs back. Let our posture slouch and roll back 1 vertebrae at a time, letting each vertebrae act independently. Slowly lower right down. Go ahead and open up those palms here. Roll your shoulder blades underneath of you. Legs can stay out or bent, whatever's more comfortable. And let's go ahead and prepare ourselves for our final relaxation. Get yourself comfortable here. Feel free to move halfway through. We're just gonna sit for just a couple of minutes here, and I want you to imagine yourself in a comfortable place. This can be anywhere you wanna go. Maybe it's the beach or a meadow, or maybe it's your own bed. You feel at peace here. Your body feels totally at rest, totally at ease. And you begin to feel with every exhale a layer of relaxation, as if someone's spreading a blanket over you. With every exhale, you feel yourself sink a little bit deeper, as if you're melting into your mat. Let your mind clear, let your muscles relax, and give yourself permission to sit here in silence for just a moment, focusing on our breathing and feeling centered, feeling